The Teen Phantom Part 5. Mello looks at Charlotte as if he is studying her very keenly. You just met me a few hours ago, how do you know me well enough to make the decision you have made? I can see your loving kind spirit, you are of the class we want in the school, we are not looking for whiz kids but we will be getting a bonus, as you are very intelligent also. You are very much like Nikki in both ways. Nikki and I have been like sisters since we met about 7 years ago. Can we count on the two of you then? I have never put forth the effort I plan to put into your school, Charlotte. Mello, it is our school, it is not my school. Certainly, if that is what you would like. No, Mello, it is not that I want you to speak in that manner. To say that it is mine makes me very uncomfortable and it is not true. Ours can mean everyone that is involved, that's true, Mello says. Mello, there is more to it than that, it is the wisdom of Solomon. He was going to cut the little baby in half so each mother could have her half of the live baby. Charlotte. Where did you hear a thing like that? Nikki, Charlotte is right, it is an excellent thought, it is in what they call the Old Testament in the book of 1 Kings. Here is how it was. There were two harlots living in the same house who had delivered their babies 3 days apart. There was not much difference in the babies' ages. The baby of one of the women died, so she replaces her dead baby for the live baby. They both went to Solomon. They said the other woman stole her live baby, replacing it with the dead. Solomon calls for a sword to cut the baby in half so they both could have their half of the live baby. The real mother pleaded with Solomon to save the baby. She said the other woman could have the baby, that she did not want the baby to die even if she could not have the baby. The mother with the dead baby was satisfied with Solomon's decision to cut the baby in half. Then Solomon knew to whom the baby belonged. Now, Nikki, do you see what concerns Charlotte, that we think of the school as ours? Nikki with a gruesome expression says, yes, it is crystal clear, I did not know there was a thing like that in the Bible. Mello, I do not want to part company but we should head for home quite soon though, we still have things to do today. I would like to take you girls home, you will enjoy it. It would be kind of you, but I would not think of being a burden to you. Burden me, if you refuse you will be depriving me of the most pleasant experience in my life so far. Charlotte looks at Nikki with a mischievous smile. That would not be very kind of us then, would it, Nikki? You clown, you know we will enjoy it as much as he will. I do not know about the clown part, I agree with the rest of what you say. Would you mind entertaining yourselves for a few minutes? I need to go take care of some things. Not at all, we are good at that, but it would be better if you would let us go up to the rooftop garden. Mello quickly speaks, that would be great. Before you raise the stairway I would like to see if Nikki can raise the stairway. Yes, go ahead Nikki. Nikki punches in the code and up comes the stairway. Yours work on the same code as ours, Mello. Stunned, Mello is with that dazed curious look again. You have one like this? Yes, but the room is totally underground, it is just 2-story, circular and some smaller. Nikki and Charlotte send their chairs back to their charging socket. You must have the same kind of chairs too, I will be meeting you girls in the garden later. Then Mello turns to walk away. Okay Mello, you need not hurry, we will enjoy ourselves in the garden, we do have the same kind of chairs. The girls head up the spiral stairs, they feel very much at ease. Tyke, we lost contact after you girls went home with Mello. We have been having a great time, Dad, we are up in the rooftop garden now, we should have a good signal. I am sure you girls appreciate Mello, he is a prince. I don't know of an adult that I respect as I do Mello. He could melt a hardened criminal if he turned his powers loose on him. I am assuming he told you of our relationship, it has been confidential and short. I think he is interested in the school. Yes, I think he is very excited about it. Okay, You girls go right ahead and enjoy your blessings. We will Herbert, you realize you are one of them. I don't know how to express my gratitude except to say I realize I have two fathers, I love both of them very much. Would you mind if I call my biological father father, and call you dad like Charlotte does? It would be fine if it would please you, Nikki. He has spoken with a low emotional tone to his voice. They both knew Nikki's words touch him. They turn and wrap their arms around each other with much emotion themselves. Then they turn to the beautiful garden. There are all sorts of shrubs and vines. Charlotte does not recognize them by name. She is sure Nikki has told her at some time. Nikki checks them out. Plants are her obsession. Mello is soon with the girls. He has changed into a pair of faded jeans and a light blue shirt. I would like to take you girls on a tour. I would tell you about all of the plants. I have a problem though, as I am not a botanist, I know almost nothing. I am intrigued in the most rapt way, but I don't have the time or the extra gigabyte capacity left in my computer. Mello looks at Charlotte with doubt. You lack gigabyte capacity in your computer, how is that? My body is a robot and my brain is a computer. A big smile comes to Mello's face as he stands gazing at Charlotte. That sounds like what the teen phantom would come up with for his column. You really eat that stuff up, don't you? Nikki has a big grin on her face. Charlotte hopes she does not start giggling. Charlotte looks at Mello with a mischievous smile. So you think he is daffy, do you? He may just put that in his column one of these days. I did not insult him. I would never think him to be daffy. I have never found anything on which I could disagree with him. Nikki looks at Mello with a playful smile. So you really think it is a boy that writes that column, do you? Yes, I really do, Nikki. It is nothing against girls, it's just that I doubt that a girl could come up with what is in the column. A girl could not know the intimate nature of boys as he does. His political views are far beyond girls' thinking. Girls don't think like that. Then, he is very plain-spoken about the feminine weaknesses. I cannot see a girl being that plain-spoken about the female weakness. Mello's assertion sort of makes Charlotte uneasy, a little disturbed. What a way to think of a female. Perhaps he knows things of which Charlotte is unaware, or he may need to learn a few things. If so, all Charlotte can do to help is to behave herself. She realizes she must not press the issue. Nikki has that mischievous grin. I don't want to argue with you about it, but I think it could be a girl. You may be right, Nikki. It would be neat to know a girl like that. Most of the girls I have met are scatterbrained, and they are not interested in anything constructive. Charlotte was afraid it was going to happen. Nikki explodes with her siege of giggling. Mello is embarrassed. What have I said that is so amusing? An idea comes to Charlotte. Is it mischief, or perhaps it is reprisal, or Mello's debasing the female sort of gets to Charlotte? If you only knew the truth, Mello, sometimes she is just like that. She giggles until she cries. She finds things funny that some do not think are funny. If you knew her problem, you may find it quite amusing as well. You do not have a clue, do you? No, I see nothing that I said that could be the least bit amusing. I am toying with the thought of let you in on our secret. Don't tell me if it makes you feel ill at ease, Charlotte. I will be okay. Charlotte takes a few seconds to study Mello. She seems to have trust in Mello, and Charlotte realizes that her father knows much more about Mello than Mello does about her father. She thinks someone planned their meeting with Mello. Charlotte turns to Nikki. Do you think we should let him in on our secrets? I see no reason not to, but it is your call. As for a botanist, I have a friend that is one of the best. She can show you what is good to eat, those that are poison, what pesky little vermin or pest tries to chew on them. She knows about anything that grows in the United States and most of Canada. Of course, she may be a little scatterbrained, she may have a giggling fit when something is very amusing, but she is still my closest friend. Nikki had quit giggling until Charlotte told Mello that her closest friend might be a little scatterbrained, then she starts giggling all over again. Mello is embarrassed. Charlotte finishes explaining, then Mello looks dreadfully astonished. "Are you telling me Nikki is a botanist?" "Yes, she is one of the best. That is one of the reasons for needing her in our school. Officially there will be no teachers, the advanced students will reach down to support the less advanced students. The institution is as a living organism that will maintain itself as it grows. I have made a fool of myself. You girls know how to teach a stupid boy to think before he speaks." Mello looks deep in thought. "Charlotte, Nikki started with a big grin back when I spoke about you really eating it up, the things that are in the Teen Phantoms column. You speak as though you think the Teen Phantom is a boy. Why is that? If I would tell you, will you keep it a secret, or is it just your secrets that you see vital? Exposing your secrets would be a cruel thing to do. I could never do a thing like that to anyone, and above all not the two of you. You are my most precious friends. I don't want you to expose your secrets to ease my feeling I will be okay. Some girls are scatterbrained, but most, I could not say that, and be honest, of course if I thought it to be true I would probably not voice my opinion. You are right, it was not wise for me to speak in that manner. Besides, you two are brighter than any girls I have known, or even any boys I have known, as the matter of fact. I am sure you don't see Nikki and me as being scatterbrained, and most boys are not like you either, Mello. We all must accept the true reality about each other. Nikki knows the scatterbrained girl that writes the column, she spends a lot of time with her. I am sure you think that is something that would be very amusing to her." Mello gives Charlotte a look of dismay. It turns to a big smile. "So it is not a boy, I can understand. For Nikki it would be hilarious, and she didn't want to disclose her secret. I assure you that it will be safe with me. It looks as if you are not going to let me forget that cruel remark." "Yes, I will put it behind. It was reprisal maybe, or just amusing myself. At first your debasing of girls irked me." Nikki has pulled herself together. She comes over to Mello, throws her arms around him and gives him a hug. "I am so sorry that I embarrassed you. You are very precious to me." Mello returns her embrace and a soft kiss on her cheek. "Charlotte, you speak as though the Teen Phantom is a boy. Why is that?" "I have an excellent reason, you may know someday." They start towards the stairs. Mello stops and turns to Nikki. "Would it put you under pressure if I ask you to introduce me to the Teen Phantom? I guess I could check it out with her. What do you think, Charlotte? Do you think she would mind?" "I don't suppose she would mind. She would need to know he could be trusted. She would like some good constructive criticism. She is always looking for new ideas." It has to be hard for Nikki to keep herself sober. She may be biting her tongue to keep herself from giggling again. "So you know her too, Charlotte?" "Yes, maybe not as well as Nikki does, but I know her. You girls have taught me a lesson I will never forget. I am so sorry. I should not be asking you to introduce me to the Teen Phantom either." Charlotte realizes Mello is very depressed. Her empathy desperately reaches out to him. She realizes she have taken this all too far. She goes to Mello and hugs him, and she pours her love out to him. He responds to her embrace. She can feel the love radiate from him. "I am sorry, Mello, I have been cruel. I have been amusing myself toying with your intellect and emotions. I know I can trust you with our secret. I feel very remorseful." Mello gives Charlotte that slow soft kiss on the cheek. She looks up into his eyes. He has shed some tears. She has shed a few tears herself. When she backs away from Mello, she realizes she should let him in on their secret. Looking into his eyes, she says, "The little girl you just softly kissed on the cheek is the Teen Phantom. Nikki is much closer to her than a friend. You are also, Mello." Mello has a mixture of emotions. Whatever it is very touching. What is radiating from him is as wonderful as any words, his eyes overflow with tears, he turns and descends the stairs without a word. None of them speaks as they make their way to the lift landing.